to Shape of the City. This morning I am with Gary Fair. Gary is one of the founders of Green School Farms, and we're here at one of the farms that Green School Farms rents. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Definitely. Thank you for inviting us. Could you please tell us a little bit of where we are at right now?
This is a place where we grow vegetables, and this is one of two locations. I rent this land, and then we have a second one that's that I purchased last year, and it's still being worked up. So basically I'm at this location for this year, but this will be the third season of growing.
And what's the mission of Green School Farms?
The mission that we have at Green School Farms is to basically focus on farm to school, and that's the reason for for school in the name, is because we want to emphasize our passion for providing local healthy food produced without chemicals, produced with organic methods, getting that into the schools, getting kids excited about eating healthier. And so it's really about a passion to see local food, which has grown in popularity over the last few years, start getting that into school cafeterias as well.
Definitely, that's really cool. And how long have you guys been providing fresh vegetables to the schools?
For pretty much the whole 3 years. It's been growing slowly, and we made some new contacts through networking, and but for about the last 2 or 3 years.
And how do you guys approach the schools, or the schools approach you? How does the system work?
Right. I mean, it's it's a little bit of both, and it involves a lot of networking. So Pius, as an example, Pius High School, the food service director there, and I met her at a farm to school summit about 3 years ago, and we both at that time had not yet really stepped into this space, and she was really interested, and I was, and so that was kind of our first connection. And then she's provided some introductions to other schools, and I've done some just some networking myself, and so it's kind of a combination, I guess.
Besides Pius, what other schools are members of the Green School Farms program?
So yeah, definitely Pius. We also sell to Christ Lutheran School, Lincoln Lutheran, and St. Michael's Catholic down South Lincoln. So we've also sold a little bit to Lincoln Public, and of course would like to do more with them. So we're still trying to kind of see how we can work with each other there. Obviously, on this half acre or 3/4 acre, I'm not going to be able to supply enough for 28,000 meals a day. So, but definitely are talking with them on an ongoing basis, and I'm excited to see where things could lead. So,
Gary, during the past years, there has been a growing emphasis on buying from your locally owned stores, locally owned garden vegetables producers. What are the benefits? Why is it important to buy locally in your community?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great question. I think of course there's supporting the local economy, and I think people like to feel that they are putting their dollars back in the community. And when you're buying from vegetables or eggs or meat or whatever from farms in this area, then you're putting the money right back in the economy, the local economy. It's not going off to corporations elsewhere. I think there's other benefits, health-wise. People, often exclaim about how fresh and delicious that produce is. If it's fresh and appealing, you're going to be eating more of it. You're going to be, you can involve your kids in the preparation of the meals and explain, hey, this is what we bought at the farmer's market, and so the kids are going to be more interested in eating that and participating and just knowing that. I think there's huge benefits in knowing where your food came from, and especially how that farm produced it. I mean, we put a whole huge healthcare industry today and so much emphasis on on caring for ourselves, we often kind of overlook the fact of we don't even stop to think about what's in our food. I mean, what pesticides were being applied to that, or what herbicides have now gotten into the groundwater, and how is that affecting our health long term. And so from a healthy eating standpoint, I think it's absolutely know where your food came from. We like to know who our doctor is, who our dentist is, who our other health care providers are. Why not know who your farmer is and know how that food was produced and where it came from.
Besides being able to buy it, you can also get into growing it yourself.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, nothing is more local than your backyard. So if you want to talk about food miles, how many miles that food had to travel to get to your plate. I mean, how exciting is that to just walk out your back door, pick some tomatoes, pick some cucumbers and have a fresh salad. I mean, yeah, absolutely. And again, that's going to be an activity that the whole family can participate in. Your kids are now outside, in getting some fresh air and getting their hands dirty in the dirt and just interacting with the natural world. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a big plus when you can be outside doing some exercise and growing food at the same time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Tons of benefits there.
Definitely. And from the schools that you are working with, what's the response that you've had so far? What's the feedback that they have given you?
Most of it has been very positive. I mean, the schools are excited, again, for some of the same reasons. They're excited to support their local economy. They're excited to have, food that the kids are more interested in eating, and, coupling that with maybe some school gardens where kids are learning hands-on about these vegetables that they might otherwise be a little picky about. Now they're invested in it. They want to try it, they want to eat it. So you wouldn't get that buying from a generic distributor nationwide. You just wouldn't have that opportunity. So.
And I'm sure that maybe viewers of this show will ask, how can I help out? Can I volunteer? Can I donate land or help with grow some vegetables? What can residents in Lincoln do to help out?
Yeah, no, awesome question. I think anybody that's connected with a school, and that can be parents, that can be educators, that can be anybody on the staff or administration, just contact us, contact Green School Farms, and just reach out and say, hey, saw this segment, looks interesting, what can I do? I think the biggest way to help is really to just kind of build that grassroots enthusiasm for it, and then the more sort of enthusiasm and interest by all parties concerned is going to help drive up that demand, and then encourage not only our production to increase, but to bring in other farms as well. And I mean, other farms, there are other farms selling to schools as well. I'm certainly not the only one doing it, but the reason I chose the name Green School Farms, farms being plural, is because sort of a longer term vision is I would like to see this develop into kind of a network where farms who have product to sell that can be aggregated and pooled together to serve a very large district like Lincoln Public. And so, it's a long and winding path to get there, but I mean, that's really what I would see, ideally happen in the future. So
that's a great goal. And how can folks look you up on Facebook?
So just on Facebook, just search Green School Farms. We have our page. And if you just like the page, then you'll get whatever updates we have sending out, and there's also some more information on the About page and things like that. And you can also message me directly.
Thanks again, Gary, and have a great day.
No, thank you.